Welcome to Live from the Abyss again, today with another guest episode. It's funny because we had, I think, 9 or 10 guest episodes now, or 8, and we had one normal episode, so we kind of fucked that concept up. And today in the studio is GoodKnightNintendo. GoodKnightNintendo, it's a pleasure to have you here. Hope your travel to the studio was okay. Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Wonderful, perfect. Okay. You're a Hollow Knight YouTuber like me, like MythReel, like the other 50 other people who like do a Hollow Knight YouTuber channel like every day. I have noted your channel for its quite exceptional quality, which is a compliment that I don't bestow upon every channel. I think your content is quite high on the quality scale. I mean, that might also speak for the irregular uploads, but I can wait. I can always wait. So that'll be an interesting question for the first time. Like, how long do you need for like a video or like one of your regular uploads to be like, I don't know, written and then scripted and then also recorded?
First, before I answer that question, DeepDock, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me on. I'm actually I'm sure you can tell by, I'm sure a lot of people that have watched the show can tell by my many comments on each episode that I try to stay as tuned in as possible.
Mm-hmm.
With that out the way, so to give you an example to best answer your question, I think we can specifically look at the length of my individual videos.
Mm-hmm.
So the Huntress video, I believe it's about a minute, 4 minutes and a half, and that one from beginning to end took me about a month.
Okay.
And a month to make. And then my most recent video, which is about 22 minutes and a half, surprisingly only took me about I want to say it was 3 months.
Oh, okay.
And almost exactly 3 months. So, and the reason for that is because one, I actually don't have a whole lot of time to myself to actually make videos, so it's a give and take with my videos. Either I make I just make a few at a time that are, you know, that short length, maybe 4 or 5 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
Or I can try to go as all out as I possibly can. So
Okay.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's quite an extensive answer. Yeah, regarding your like comments and stuff, you're like one of the few people I would say that I see on most like Hollow Knight related videos. I even see you sometimes on some obscure videos which I didn't actually expect. For example, I was looking at a Queen's Gardens remix by I forgot his name, but I think the remix was called Undergrowth. And I remember distinctly that the video only had like a few hundred views, and still one of the few comments I saw there was actually yours, which is to me very impressive. Your quality, or your, I would say your content, even though you like, I mean you have 1,080 subscribers, I think, up until
Right.
now. And even, well, I wouldn't say it's a small number, but let's say like, even though that's a proportionate to like some bigger YouTubers, you have managed to gain the attention of not only Mossbag but also of Rusty, who actually cooperated in your last video. Did you just like write to him, or was he asking to be participating in a video, or did you just like knock on his door and say, hey, would you mind, like, I don't know, recording a session with me? How did that all come together?
That that was just a knock on the door. Definitely just a knock on the door. When during the script writing between Porksworth and me, for whom I have a ton of respect, you know, as well as many other YouTube Hollow Knight creators. One of my favorite things about Porksworth is just how much thought and evidence he would put behind his videos. Going back to Rusty was, it's kind of hard to explain because he was just we just knocked on his door, literally. We just thought, hey, you know what, this last point, I had told Porksworth, this last point, I don't want the audience to know that there's a last point. I kind of want it to be kind of just a surprise, just as a
Yeah.
as a nice addition. And so we couldn't figure out a creative or funny enough way to transition the last point without giving it away. So Porksworth actually said, you know what, this might be a shot in the dark, but what if we got Rusty to blatantly interrupt the video before it ends and introduce the last point? And I said, hey, you know what, it doesn't hurt to send him a tweet. Funny enough, and I hope Rusty is listening to this, as far at least me, I couldn't send him a DM on Twitter, so I looked him up. I stalked him for a little bit on Discord. So and that's how that came. That's how that came to be. I just sent him a message. You know, I thought, hey, it doesn't hurt to ask, and he was all for it. So that was really awesome.
Okay, yeah, that's actually quite a fun tale. Okay, good, interesting. What else was I going to ask? Regarding your videos also, you already mentioned like the kind of effort you put in, but how do you actually like come about which topics you choose? Like, for example, I assume the Hundreds video was taken because it's like, because it was like news at the time. I mean, it's still like there was a bit of time between you making the video or you releasing the video and the news being recalled. But like, what topics do you choose? Like, do you have like some certain ideas, or do you just like do something random, or how do they come about?
I try, definitely some ideas for the videos are definitely on the spot, and they just happen to turn into something that I can actually lengthen into an actual video. The Huntress one is definitely a perfect example of that. That was out of nowhere. It was from a riddle, and
yeah, exactly,
I just thought that the more I obsessed over that GIF image, the more I found things to talk about. So I just put all that together, and you know, it just led into an actual video. To answer your question, as far as what topics I pick, I force myself to play the game and actually play the game. And I try to force myself into this spot where I pretend like I'm playing it for the first time again, and I just keep asking myself, why is this? What is that? What does this do? What could that do? And that's just a very spontaneous way of doing it. Like, I just play the game. I'll try to just play the game, you know, as without the eye of a YouTuber. I try not to play it like, oh, I'm looking for something to make a video about. I try to play it like, oh, why is this here? You know, this is something that I never thought about. I never thought about that. And once I actually just put ideas, you know, on a Google Doc worksheet, then I just kind of, the way to narrow it down for me is I'll start writing ideas for these topics, and if one of them just happens to lead into a actual lengthy bulletin board, then that'll most likely be my next topic. What I've been doing more so lately is a little bit more research, you know, like what people are actually, like on Reddit, on Discord, what people are actually, what questions they actually have, you know, regarding whether it's the lore, whether it's the game design, things like that.
Yeah, funny enough, I sometimes look at the like Reddit part as well. Like when I'm doing a video and I sometimes like I'm a bit too bored, or I feel like the video doesn't have enough content, I just look on Reddit. But most of the time, the threads I'm kind of seeing there are not very helpful. They're mostly just like a bit second class, I would say. Sometimes there are interesting points raised, I would say, but sometimes it's just like so out of the field and stuff. It's mostly just a wild guess to what comes up on Reddit, like what is actually helpful and not. But good to know the process behind it. Regarding that, how long have you been like doing this whole YouTuber stuff, or maybe even more specifically, how long have you been doing Hollow Knight stuff?
Hollow Knight, well, both would actually be this year in, I believe, November. I will be exactly 1 year that I've been doing Hollow Knight YouTube. In November, I believe it'll be exactly 1 year that I've been making strictly Hollow Knight YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
It'll be
1 year.
It'll be exactly 1 year since my first shitty video.
I don't recall when mine was. I think it was sometime September. So I think it wasn't even that far away. I think it was 26th of September. So it was like already a year ago. Where it started. Did you start out specifically with only Hollow Knight content, or did you do like different stuff at in the first few, I don't know, years, month?
Right. Well, this channel initially the idea was to be more broad, more. I was going to talk about the other games that I had just like Hollow Knight, had really like pulled me in. Whether it was through their design or lore, different aspects of the game. But then inevitably you go down the rabbit hole that is Hollow Knight, and there's just so much to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I honestly I do not have at least right now I don't have any interest in talking about any other game because there's just so much that I could talk about regarding Hollow Knight that I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Like from the riddle characters, which I was always wondering, because you did like a video on the Huntress, but I think you also talked a bit about Quirrell, if I recall, or what you mentioned a bit at the beginning, I believe, didn't you? Like you said, like the two characters revealed were Huntress and Grindel, but in the video you talked about the Huntress specifically. Are you planning on doing something about the other four characters, or did you think that ground is already covered enough that you don't need to do like more parts on them?
I've written some parts. There's definitely been some very interesting finds, within those GIFs. And anybody listening, I think it'd be fun, to take a look at them back. And even this. Well, this is probably just me as a Hollow Knight YouTuber. Actually slow down the GIF and see what you find. There's actually right. There's a lot of going on in those few images, those very short images. To answer your question. That I have written quite a lot on all of those characters. But like I said, just not enough to where I feel I just don't have enough evidence. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's right. So yeah, I can speculate all I want, but if I can find the a pixel of evidence, then it'll definitely add to the quality of the video. So. That's where I'm at right now as far as talking about those other characters.
Regarding the real characters, like, which of them would be your favorite? Like, mine's obviously the Caravan, but I mean, which one would be yours?
The easy answer for me is Seth. For obvious reasons. There's so much,
that's
behind.
what most people take, yeah.
Right, and exactly, hence why it's the easy answer. But if I really were to, break down each of them. Just based off of what I know and what I've seen, based off of the images and the descriptions, I will probably say, man, I'm between Huntress and Seth, and
Huntress, that's a pick, okay.
And I'm probably biased towards Huntress because I've already made a video on her, so there's
fair enough, yeah.
But there's every character, every. When I found out about the riddle, I was actually in a shitposting group about Hollow Knight and on Facebook, and I just saw the image of Huntress and I thought, or if that's fan made, that looks amazing. And no, it's not. I found it on Discord, and it just went out from there. I just got obsessed with the character, and I started like trying to find details and actually I looked at it with the intention of trying to make a video, and fortunately there was enough evidence, to.
I can imagine that shock. Yeah, I mean, getting back and then like, oh shit, wait, that's actually fucking real. Oh no.
Yeah, in most un-Team Cherry like fashion, it was an actual update.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I respect their like. I respect their privacy in that case, that like they don't want to give out too much, which I respect as a game developer, because sometimes like these games could be ruined by too much openness, I would say.
Absolutely.
Okay, so real characters, now I can get that one off my to-do list. Regarding your channel itself, so you've been already doing like the Hollow Knight content for a year. How did the name come about, like GoodKnightNintendo? That's kind of a I don't know, it stuck to me because it's quite unlike like most of the names in the community. Like my name is very, I don't know, my name is quite stupid. MythReel's is like very extravagant, I would say, maybe even disconnected from like anything Hollow Knight related. And I mean, yeah, how has that origin story of your name come about?
Fine. the name DeepDock and MythReel pretty awesome. So I hope you guys feel better about that. I think those are pretty badass names. As far as my name, so I'm actually surprised that someone didn't ask about it sooner. No one has ever mentioned it in the comments, nothing. So when I first began playing the game, I actually happened to, for some reason, the more you dive into the lore, inevitably I started Googling, bugs, right?
Yeah.
And so ads, and Google being, what it is, in most of the videos that I would watch on YouTube, this ad kept coming up called GoodKnight, and it's an insecticide. It's a pesticide.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
Well, okay. I mean, yeah, okay, nice.
Right, and like I said earlier, the intention with the channel was to actually start making games more about videos about more games. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the intention in the beginning. So, and a lot of that was going to be based around Nintendo games that I grew up playing. So I just thought it would be funny. I said, you know what? Like I'm gonna make a video about this game that just happens to be about bugs.
Yeah. Okay.
That I on a game that I bought for my Nintendo, and and in my mind at the time, GoodKnightNintendo just sounded like it just rolled off the tongue. I guess I don't know.
It does.
But so and that's pretty much it. Like I said, the intention with the channel was to make videos about a lot of different games, and the more I delved into Hollow Knight, the more I just didn't want to play other games. so there's a little bit of YouTube lore for you.
From that, I would assume that you're also very excited for its adored sequel, Silksong.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started.
Touching on that, you already had a few videos, I would say, touching on a bit of Silksong stuff. You've got the Hunter's Law, you've got the recent one, which I think it was what things Team Cherry should bring back from the last game, if it was, or...
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That one was quite well done. I was actually surprised to see that on my feed. I was like, oh my god, he did it again. He uploaded. Unbelievable. And, well... Regarding Silksong, to get to the point, I'm a bit of a smooth brain because I always talk too long about these points. But what would you say? Is your plan basically when Silksong comes out? Are you planning on doing playing it for a few months, then maybe doing a lore video or a review, maybe even, or are you planning to do a stream or a let's play? How are you going about when that game eventually drops on the market?
As far as the review, and this is probably the easiest question to answer right now. No, I don't think I will be doing a review simply because I'm not a game designer, so I'm not looking at a game through the eyes of one, and I don't pretend to be, right? Now that doesn't mean that leading up to me creating my Hollow Knight channel, I did watch a lot of reviews on Hollow Knight that were made by people that are not game designers, So there's that, there's gonna be my point is there's gonna be plenty of those when Silksong launches. There's gonna be you're gonna have IGN doing it. You're gonna have and I think you even mentioned this in your interview with CC that you're gonna have the Jacksepticeye, I believe that's his name, and Markiplier, playing Silksong because of its hype, right? So to answer your question, I don't think I will do an actual review, but I will try to put out as much content on that game as possible, just because from everything we know already, there's going to be so much to talk about. That's
true, yeah. That's a fair assessment, yeah.
And touching on that for a little bit, I remember one of your concerns was that a lot of the hype, basically a lot of the viewers and a lot of the attention, when Silksong launches, is going to be directed towards bigger channels, which is true. But I'd like to offer you some perspective here, is that most bigger channels, when Silksong launches, they're only going to have that attention, for only for so long,
Yeah, of course.
But inevitably, people, once they start, getting into the lore, into the game design, the art style, which already looks incredible, they're gonna start, going on Google and YouTube for questions like, hey, what is what is this? For example, Aurelia will start putting out his guides. Mossbag will start putting out his lore videos, but inevitably, a single content creator cannot answer all the questions. Is my point. So that's what I'm most excited about for when Silksong launches. To play it, from beginning to end, uncover as much as I can, and then, along the journey, the questions that I ask myself, I'm gonna assume that most people are gonna ask themselves, regarding like the lore or the environmental storytelling, and that's what I will make videos about.
Yeah,
basically answering those questions.
I guess I guess the point kind of, I guess you're kind of true, that in the sense that some of the bigger YouTubers, I don't know how long they're going to play Silksong, because I know for a fact that sometimes Jacksepticeye, he does like one video on a game, or he does like a whole series on the game, and that kind of boosts, kind of depends which one he takes, because like I remember that when he did a Undertale series, that thing blew up. Like that thing got a lot of attention, and even directed my attention towards Undertale, which I wouldn't have found without Jacksepticeye. And I think for Silksong it could be very similar, in the sense that if he might do one video, there's a few people going to be interested in the game, but some are going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. Because these bigger YouTubers obviously like upload like 2 times a day or 1 time a day or something. So attention for them is very fleeting. Like they can have a super amazing game in one like run, and then like the next video is just like I don't know, funny memes, or Among Us, or Fall Guys again or something. So it kind of depends how much attention they're ready to divert to like these small indie games. For other YouTubers who are a bit smaller, I would say it's a bit more like important what they're going to do. Like I can imagine, like with all the hype now surrounding it, with it being one of the most wishlisted games on Steam, with it getting like even before it released some attention from the big YouTubers, that it kind of really depends on how many people will do how many videos on it, and how many people are going to watch those. Again, that I assume, as did CC, that it's going to bring a lot of people into the community, at least a ton of new people, which will be beneficial for our channels, like the smaller channels and the bigger channels, considering we now have like hundreds of, or maybe thousands of new people going to watch our content. But also, again, I wouldn't say it makes the game more mainstream, but since the game is already kind of big, like Hallownest is already kind of a big franchise right now. Not too big, not like Smash Bros level or Mario Bros or Halo or something, but still pretty big for an indie game, or like for a team of 3 people. I don't know. I'll just have to see how many people come into the franchise and into the community to like really get a grip on it. And it's going to be a lot harder for you to like comment on every Hallownest related video, my friend. So that's going to be your new task for that year.
Challenge accepted.
I find that very. I would say respectable, though, that you're like that much into the community that you actually like comment on smaller YouTubers' videos and that. I try to do that sometimes. The past few weeks have been a bit more like stress-filled. I had to do a lot of stuff for university, so I couldn't manage to do a lot in the YouTube stuff. That's why my videos uploading today, or the day we are recording here right now, because I had to do some other stuff in the weekend, wasn't able to like finish it as quickly as possible. But yeah, that's just me rambling again. That's just all my 5 cents for it.
No worries.
Yeah.
To add on to that, at least the way that I see YouTube, is the way I see Google. Usually people go on Google when they have a question. So, the idea with my videos is who can answer the question, or how can I answer the question in the best way that I can. And you and Stizzle are actually great examples of this, because I'll see you guys making videos answering very specific questions, like will there be void in Silksong? Right. I believe another one was trying to figure out, the endings, multiple endings. And I believe there was another one that you and him did a while back regarding the vault, an ancient vault.
The vacant vault, yeah. At least that's what we called it, yeah. It's a
right. And at least to me, like me being a smaller YouTuber and experiencing this firsthand alongside you guys, I noticed that that's what drives traffic, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just something that no matter how big other YouTubers are, whom I completely respect, I can't imagine like how much work they must put in.
Mm-hmm.
Um, will never have the time to answer those questions.
That fast and that capacity. Yeah, that is true. I mean, it
Right.
kind of. I think as a YouTuber, you have to kind of like make the choice that when you get bigger, eventually, like I don't know, 10,000 subscribers, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, something. You kind of have to decide what kind of category to belong, because I see that like you're either a YouTuber who uploads relatively consistently with like a very quite good quality, but obviously like I mean maybe it's like a few weeks or something or months between your uploads. You're a pretty amazing, like very high quality, like kind of YouTube channel, like I would say Lemino, or maybe even also Mossbag, who uploads like between large, like there's a large kind of time or space of time between all of his uploads. Or you're going to more like what MythReel, and also Stizzle kind of are doing, which is basically just like upload, I don't know, every 2 weeks, every week or something, and just churn out content, which is I would say a bit less of a quality, like it's kind of a quality dip from like the other two categories, but it also suffices to bring like small kind of tidbits of stuff to the people watching the content. And that's why I have like this huge respect for you, or for, at least for your content, also for you, but also your content. Which is that like for me in that third category, like uploading every week and putting at least I hope like most of my work or most of my efforts directed into the videos that I can try to at least have a step of quality and like improve my, like I would say, quality game every video. Comparing that to your like excellent videos, like your 100th video, I must say is like probably still my favorite Silksong video like to date. Like I don't know, it's something just about it is I found very, very well made. Like the whole how you blended the scenes together, how you made like different chapters, how you introduced them, how like the screen, like the video itself, I would say it was edited and done. I find that very, very, very good, very good. That was very well done.
Thank you so much. That means so much. Well, as a YouTube creator, how much that means when someone just likes your video.
Yeah, it's always like some of the best stuff on this community, because this community I would say is very, very open-minded, like, or like very positive and like supportive of like new creators. Like if there is a YouTuber who does like I remember that with Gauthier. I mean, you know Gauthier already, so I don't need to really introduce that, but for the people watching, Gauthier was basically or is still a Hollow Knight or slash Silksong YouTuber who does like fan-made themes for Silksong, either like of areas we have seen already in the trailer or of like characters which might appear in the game. And I remember that when he was at like, I don't know, 200, 300 subscribers or something, and he started out doing like the fan-made themes, like he got like huge support from the people. I remember that there were like a few guys in the Discord who just posted his videos and like links all the time. And I would say that's like a general sentiment in this community, that no matter where you come from, no matter how much like who you are as a person or something, that as long as you do like quality videos or like do stuff on like Hollow Knight, and the community is very supportive of that. I would say, like, has your experience been the same in that community, or how have you received the people watching your videos?
Absolutely, like that. That's exactly how I would describe it. Definitely open-minded, like you said earlier. There's definitely a lot of that around, but that actually encapsulates exactly how I would describe it. It's and that's really one of the many reasons why you always see my comments in so many Silksong and Hollow Knight videos. It's because I remember when I first uploaded my very first one, which honestly to this day I cringe when I watch it, and I'm actually surprised that
I get that
I'm just
too,
shocked
yeah.
that I'm just shocked that some people actually liked it and some people commented and not congratulated me, but they mentioned that they liked the video, and They wish to see more, and that was just as a smaller channel, as a starting YouTuber. Like, all you want, really, or at least me, all I want is for my craft to be appreciated, and to be surrounded by people that just appreciate this game that I so love. So
yeah. Regarding the game you love, also, what would your take be on when Silksong might come out? Do you have like a kind of a take on that one? We had a few Decemberists or 2020ists in this interview series. We had a few 2021 people. We had a few people that took it as a joke, who I have dismissed from ever visiting the show again. So what would your take on it be?
The best way I can describe my prediction for a release date would be, I'd tell you to go watch Taco TV's JoJo meme regarding that.
One, yeah, I recall.
I love it. But that I tell you everything. I have no idea. DeepDock. I wish I did. I've watched all of the videos. I'm sure you can guess.
I know that you're the most the person I would know that actually does it. Yeah.
And it's all convincing. It's all you, MythReels, Tacos. They're all very compelling arguments, and there's so much evidence behind it. You can track down Team Cherry's whole Kickstarter, and you can kind of use that as a blueprint to kind of guess what they're up to, or what they're trying to do, whether they're trying to shadow drop the game, whether they're trying to kind of let it ride the wave with every Nintendo Direct, which we know that they are not. And I think that's actually very smart of them. But to answer your question, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Oh, it's no problem. It's no problem. It's just that we always ask the question at the beginning. At the beginning. Well, I mean, probably regarding this year, it's already in the middle. But we always ask the question, and we always expect. I don't know. We don't expect anything, so that was just something we have to check off our list. And prequel, sequel. Where do you stand there?
Cool.
Oh, that's fantastic. Good news. Good news. Ring the bells, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
Yeah. There's nothing I can. I have zero evidence to even refute that. Meanwhile, you and Stizzle have all the videos and compiling everything up for me. So
we tried.
I'm not even gonna touch that. I think the nail in the coffin for me, that really pushed me to sequel, was the Anchorman meme you made.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, I quite enjoyed that, because I remember seeing that from a Hearts of Iron 4 meme, and I remember I thought hey, I'm always putting people in factions, which is something that I love to do, just put people in factions. They don't even, most of the time they don't want that, they're just no, actually factions are stupid and stuff, but I just do that because I find it funny. And I thought that would be the perfect kind of basis for a meme and stuff. And then suddenly Relia commented on that, I think, and yeah, I don't know, shit's got weird, but yeah.
I look forward to rewatching that video and seeing if one of the admins commented in Spanish. I would love that.
Yeah, that would be quite a shocker. I mean, I think sadly that speaking in foreign tongues has been banned on most Hallownest discords, but we still have whole guys. Yeah,
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. There's a Hollow Knight ship posting group on Facebook, and I think they're starting to experience that also. Oh, all the memes are in Spanish.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, most of the videos I see actually for Silksong were in Russian. I remember that the nights, for me, most of the riddles, appeared on 2 a.m. or something, that kind of time zone. The one for Seth even longer, and I had to do the videos fast and stuff. And when I uploaded, and me and MythReel were basically uploading on each episodes, I was kind of checking who maybe did a video on it already, and me and MythReel were always first. I think he was first 3 times, and I was first 1 time. And the funny thing was basically just that we began checking hey, maybe somebody else is also doing videos at the moment. It was basically just Russians. it was like the Russian community for Hollow Knight is so, like, I don't know, they're so cool because like they're like very fast. I don't understand a word they're saying, but like the general sentiment is also that they're basically doing the same as us, and they get like also quite a few views, I must say. The community part in that stage is like kind of very active. Again, I'm still missing the kind of Hollow Knight Antarctica community, but I mean someday maybe in the Arctic we can have like a Arctic Hollow Knight YouTuber or something. Who knows? Maybe when the continental plates rearrange, when Silksong finally releases. When the earth-shattering event finally comes upon us, then yes, then we shall have an Hollow Knight Antarctica Mino or something. Yeah, I just found that concept very funny because like I've seen YouTubers from like most of like the places in the world. I've seen YouTubers, Hollow Knight YouTubers from Australia, from like Europe, North America, of course. I think South America as well. Asia, I haven't seen a lot of people from Asia in the community, but I am very sure that there are like enough people there. Africa, I don't recall that much, but like in general, like the game spans like the whole world, which is something I made like in the video which I uploaded today, which was how much will Silksong cost, which is now released like I think half an hour ago or something. I kind of talked about that point because I find it very, very amazing that like Team Cherry made their game so cheap, even though they were like a very small team and they put like a lot of effort into it, and they weren't so sure if the game was going to succeed, but they still made the game very like approachable for all people and made it very cheap, which I hope, I assume, and I also think that they're like kind of the fellow sports that will do that for Silksong as well, which is something again that I find very admirable. Yeah.
So fun fact, I'm actually logging into not logging in, but opening a tab here for Google Docs and erasing how much will Silksong cost off my video ideas document.
I didn't actually mean to take your video idea away. That's the kind of problem I sometimes have, that I don't know what people are planning. That's why when I get a video idea, like I had a brain blast or something, like I always go like, fuck, shit, did people always do that, or are they still planning to? Oh god, I need to do the video fast and stuff, but I'm so, well, I mean, you can probably make like a new take on it or something. I assume there's enough stuff to talk about, so I wouldn't want to like not see a GoodKnightNintendo upload. That's like a highlight, dude, so please.
Well, I mean, you know that my uploads are like a Silksong release, like they take a long time.
That's true. They take a long time, but they're very high quality, so
thank you so much. No, it was just a joke, but literally I actually had that here in my video ideas document, and so this kind of goes back into what I was mentioning earlier, that once Silksong launches, yes, you're gonna have every major, or not, maybe not major, but every big YouTuber streaming the game, playing through it, let's plays, game playthroughs, all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But this is, for example, this is a question that I've seen a lot on Reddit. How much will Silksong cost? But you will never ever see a bigger YouTube answer that question. And
that's true, yeah.
And I think that's the leg up that smaller channels like ours, that's the advantage that they have. Whereas our channels basically become a search engine. It is, YouTube is a search engine, but when you streamline it like that and you answer a specific question, it's just that video just does so amazingly well, and so I have a lot of faith in that video, because that's actually, I'm sure, I can't imagine how many people have asked themselves that question. I've seen so many people ask it on Reddit and on Steam, because we have not even been told that. As far as I know, don't quote me on this, but as far as I know, that was almost the case with Hollow Knight. The price was not disclosed until much later in its development, and that makes sense because it wasn't even it wasn't even finished. So
yeah.
But I really hope that video does well, because that's actually a question that I've seen asked a lot, and I've yet to see a video Well, at least until at least until the end of this interview.
Like from what I'm kind of like checking right now, but I think it's doing like fairly well. Like videos that have like Silksong in the title are mostly like postponed to do like a bit better than most of my other videos. I've noticed that trend quite disturbingly when I did my theory on the Dung Defender or my stuff on the Soul Sanctum. That these videos, while I kind of like the topic that I'm talking about in there, they usually don't get as much attention because like the tread for like the path for Hollow Knight, like I've met a few people who've said like, oh my god, there's still so much to talk about, and I agree, there's still so much to talk about, but the question is like how much are people still interested in that? Like I've seen videos that have been released recently, mostly like from Mossbag and stuff, where he talks about some stuff that's still in Hollow Knight and stuff, which are still getting like of course tons of views, but that's mostly because like he's a very big Hollow Knight YouTuber and he's known for like Hollow Knight content. But me being like a, I would say Silksong kind of YouTuber, like I mostly do Silksong stuff, and so that kind of gets more attention, I would say, than the other stuff, because people are obviously still excited for the game and are happy for every kind of info or stuff they give. And so what I was going to say was like the video right now, like upload like 30 minutes ago, has until now 150 views and 36 likes. So it's doing fairly well, I would say, on the market. I'll have to see how that kind of turns out, because usually I uploaded my videos like 4 hours ago, but today I had a bit of a I was still waiting for CC Makai to send me his voice lines for the meme in the beginning, and that's why I still needed to wait a bit. But yeah, other than that, it's all been going very smoothly.
I'm happy to know that. That's excellent. I can't wait to watch it. I'm actually excited. I got it here pulled up.
Waiting to end the episode so we can already watch it together.
Right. Right. So if I don't talk right now, you know why. That's on you.
Yeah, that's on me. I assume that much. So what else was I going to tell about? We already mentioned that. Could you imagine actually doing YouTube as like kind of a career? Because I assume that you're doing it now as a hobby or like kind of as a side thing. But let's say your channel, like not suddenly but like over time, gets more and more views, you get more and more like people watching your content. Could you imagine doing it like full time, like as something that you would do, like focus all of your efforts onto? Or is that more something like kind of I'm more focused on other IRL stuff and would rather do it as a hobby?
Full time, absolutely full time. That's actually I didn't start taking it to that level of seriousness until maybe my second video, which is where I, for anybody who hasn't watched it, it's nothing to brag about, so I'll just spoil it. I basically talk about a lot of the designs that Hollow Knight used to keep the player engaged, to keep you playing, basically. And that after that video, I really noticed that I love to edit videos. I know a few creators who despise the process and they just can't wait to get it over with, and I completely understand. My biggest annoyance with the whole process is possibly editing the voiceover, because
fucking yeah, don't even mention the voiceover. That's like the most egregious part for me as well. But sorry, you continue.
No, you're good. And so that's definitely one of the most tedious parts for me. But going back to what you were talking about, yes, I absolutely do see this being a potential full-time money maker for me, or money machine, whatever, career, whatever you want to call it. Simply because my first video, it was a meme video. Really, the reason why I made my first video is because I started playing the game and I noticed how beautiful the artwork was, and I just noticed that it just stood out to me. Like everything, like every little detail just stood out, and I kept watching reviews on it, I kept watching videos, and I kept watching lore videos, and nobody was talking about the environmental storytelling, at least not the videos that I found at that time. So I just thought, hey, you know what? There's so much going on in the environment, like in the artwork maybe I don't need to talk about it. I look back at it now like maybe I didn't need to fucking talk about it, but it seemed like a good idea at the time, and I had nothing better to do. So I said, you know what? Let's try and make a video. See what happens.
Hey, the community's better without it. With it, so the community definitely profited from that one. So.
Oh, thank you so much. I like to believe they did. And so that was again. The first one was really more of a meme video. Then the second one, I kind of took the game a little bit more serious, or at least the video process more serious. And I thought, hey, you know what? Let me actually break down the topic. Actually talk about something that I just found truly interesting. And in my second video, I talk about the combat. I talk about a little bit about the lore. I talk about the map system, just a bunch of different aspects. And from there, I really just started falling in love with putting together videos. Just making videos. And
that's cool.
it just so happened to be about my favorite game, so I figured let's make more. So it definitely started off as just something I like to do for fun, and now it's at the point where I think I know enough, and obviously there's so much more to learn about the site, but I'm really enjoying everything about it, so I can definitely see it. long answer short. I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it being a full-time thing.
Oh, admirable answer. Good. Yeah, I mean, I would say like the whole. I forgot if I saw the video of you doing like the design stuff. I definitely saw like I remember your thumbnails, because your thumbnails are very very bright and very memorable. I find that very cool, because it's like it's an attention getter. Like with the whole colors and stuff, like the shades of yellow and stuff, that was kind of grabs your attention, which is quite of a genius move to get like the people watching your video, which is something that I try to do as well, because like that's I think from the whole process of doing a video, for me the two aspects which I like the most are, one, coming up with idea and then like writing the script, and the second one is probably doing the thumbnail. Like the whole other stuff with like what do I put in the video, what kind of images do I use, the voice recording and stuff, that's all fine and dandy. It needs to be done and stuff. Like getting the music is also kind of okay, because I can just like use random music which people have never heard before, which is kind of funny to do sometimes, because some people do notice the music I use, like from Undertale or whatever. Like memes are also a fun part, but I would say like writing the script is very entertaining, because I can just like get everything out, like collect my information on it. Again, what you said earlier, like use Reddit, maybe use some sources from the Discord, ask people some questions and stuff. So that itself is very good. But like doing the thumbnail is probably the best part, because it's like the whole process of like I look at other people's thumbnails, other YouTubers' thumbnails, and I always feel like mine, I remember when I had my first YouTube channel was like when I was like in 5th grade or 6th grade or something, was really fucking cringe, and I just remember that like my thumbnails were just basically like it was the whole YouTube thing of it's just like a part of the video, like the thumbnail is just like one part of the video or something. It wasn't really like, oh shit, I didn't image and upload that one, that's the thumbnail. And so I kind of try to improve my thumbnails like over time, and I would say I'm kind of in the middle ground right now, where I would say it's comparable to other YouTubers. I could still like do some work, but I think it's getting better over time. And I took you as an inspiration as well, because like this whole attention grabbing is like the first kind of aspect you want to like use. Like I mean, people scroll so fast on YouTube, like past videos they don't want to see, or which they find boring, and so like getting a thumbnail and a title, of course, which is also like a big part, you have to kind of grab them on the first spot, which is like marketing 101 and kind of a normie stuff to say, but that's just like what I've observed basically. I don't know how it's been for you, but yeah.
Definitely, I think the thumbnails. It's funny you mentioned the script and the thumbnail. So the script is actually definitely, it's up there with one of my favorite parts of the entire thing, from beginning to end. Writing the script is definitely one of my favorite parts, because to me, it's my blueprint. If I can get my script right and tight, then everything, the video, putting the video, the clips and everything in there, the memes, everything just falls into place. and so it just makes everything a whole lot easier. So if I can't get that right, then I don't even bother with recording voiceover, getting footage, nothing, because it will take 6 months before I get a video out if I don't get the script right. Mentioning the thumbnail, so the thumbnail is actually one of the trickiest parts for me because, like you said, it's the first thing that somebody sees. You want it to be clickbaity. You want it to grab attention, right? And for me in the very beginning, it was difficult because a lot of the videos that I was making, they were based mostly around the concepts of the game, like the design, the lore, things like that. There really wasn't anything to meme about. And I noticed that Hollow Knight memes are definitely popular. So they do better than most of our videos.
Fair enough,
those two, it's funny you mentioned those two. Those are definitely two that aspects of the entire process that I absolutely love, and are definitely at the same time are definitely two of the trickiest ones to get right for me, because if I don't make the thumbnail attractive enough, if I don't make the script concise enough, I feel like I'm getting into this. I feel like everything just falls apart.
Yeah,
that's just me.
I had that same advice come from Taco, because I remember that I did a video, and I said some infos at the beginning, and then he mentioned to me he liked the video and stuff, but the best thing to do was probably put the infos at the ending, so that the people who do watch your videos regularly, they're informed and stuff. But the people who come in new are a lot turned off, oh fuck no, he's talking 50 minutes about a stupid I don't know, Reddit or Twitter or something, so that they don't immediately get off the channel. I think for that video wasn't that big, it didn't make much of a difference, but in general I kept that advice to my heart, that I try to either do a meme at the beginning, which is mostly something that people enjoy, or I do I just get to the bottom very quickly and just bring down the rest of the jokes or something in the video along the way, as to not deter any people who are new to the channel and want to watch just the kind of stuff I talk about, not who gives a shit about that DeepDock guy. I mean, he's a guy. You do because you're a cool person. But I mean, the normal average YouTube viewer doesn't give a fat windmill about my channel. I'm just mostly a channel of hundreds, thousands. I think if I would go through my YouTube subscriptions, there are some YouTubers which I cherish very much, which I've grown to very appreciate and stuff. Mostly the Hollow Knight YouTubers, because I now have kind of a personal connection to them, and I find their content very well done. But to most of the 90% of the YouTubers I subscribe to, I either watch one video and then probably never again. And yeah, that's basically kind of it. So I assume that most people have that kind of same relationship that I have a lot of people subscribe to, and so you kind of have to see how you connect to these people, that they still want to watch your content.
I actually have that exact relationship with my channel. And what I mean by that is that it's still in a transitional period, meaning that I haven't niched down. For example, if you look at someone like Rusty, who focuses mostly on gameplay, and then you have Mossbag, who focuses entirely on lore, they've niched down extremely.
Yeah.
They've gone in into answering specifically those questions, regarding only lore, only gameplay. I believe Rusty at one point was doing Hollow Knight lore, but now it's more the gameplay and the design of the game.
Yeah, and he did do one on the riddle characters, but that was mostly very cryptic. I thought it was such a weird video to see, because I was oh nice, he's talking about the riddles, but wait, isn't he the more of a gameplay kind of guy? And then he had a very exotic kind of stance on that video, on the riddle characters. But yeah, that was just interesting to see. Yeah.
Right, and even then, even in that video, you can pick up on his niches in the design and the gameplay, because I believe a good majority of the video was centered around the masks, Hornet's masks, the healing mechanic, I believe, and different abilities that were revealed with the GIFs. So, but the point I'm making is that that's where my channel I've not cemented that niche. Right now, I'll get ideas from, like I said earlier, the Reddit, the Discord, comments on my videos. Like what people would like to see, or what questions they have, but I have not, decided to stick to any like one aspect of the game. And I've seen so many videos saying that that's exactly what you're supposed to do when you're a smaller YouTuber, but I think I have not done that yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of niche from the beginning, like doing mostly like only Hollow Knight. I kind of need to start finding stuff that I branch off. Like Live from the Abyss is basically something that's kind of a branch off, like where I can just like talk about shit that I find interesting. I could probably make like an episode where I'm just like rambling for an hour, which won't get as much views as like something like Silk Song's release finally revealed, or Hornet is actually void, or I don't know, something like that shit. Probably won't get that much attention.
I can guarantee you those two topics would get insane amount of attention. But now, as far as the Hornet is void, I don't know if that dislike button would be the end of it.
Well, YouTube allows me dictatorial powers, so I can just click turn it off. No. Well, what was I? But basically, yeah, I'm trying to like find other content that I'm also keen on doing. I have to kind of see what I'm doing in the future, because like I think Stizzle made that joke like 50 million times already, but like it's a dead cow by now. Like we've milked that poor old animal to like its bare bones, and as long as like nothing else happens, which I assume like in maybe 2 months or something, if they do a December blog post again, that's going to like stir up the fandom for another month or two, and then after that it's going to be another quiet again. So we'll just have to wait and see how we transition each of those like periods, as you said, like find the bridge between those parts. Yeah.
It's I was remembering one of my favorite episodes on your show was with Cece, and one of the things you guys talked about was competition, and this goes back to mentioning bigger YouTubers, I mean, and smaller ones. And I don't want to take it out of context. I don't exactly remember how Cece put it, but basically he was saying that he doesn't really worry about that, and I'm kind of on the same. I kind of agree with that. I don't really worry too much about, at least not anymore. I don't really worry too much about what a bigger YouTuber is doing, because in the very beginning, I would take ideas from some of my favorite YouTube channels, and obviously make a Hollow Knight video out of it, and then be disappointed that it just didn't have the exact same result. So, and those certain videos did very well for my channel. They just did not do as good as that other channel. So moral here is really like everybody's on their own creative journey. At least that's the way I see it. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I still like kind of catch myself like looking like, oh my god, like who am I like a subscriber count of like other YouTubers and stuff, but I do kind of want to move past that and just basically, I have my community, I have the people who like my content, who watch my content, and I try to like connect with them, and if I have more or less subscribers, that's not really important to me, and I find that very respectable for people, that they don't just go like, ah shit, he has more subscribers than me, why aren't you all watching my content or something, or why aren't you all subscribing to me? I'm basically doing his content but better and stuff. That's like quite a petty thing to do. I was
and that's I was just gonna say that I actually find that like to be perfectly human. Everybody, I believe everybody covets a certain level of what's the word, gratification. You could look at a bigger content creator and ask yourself those questions. And then, but at the end of the day, you're going to realize, well, I mean, they've probably been doing it longer, and they probably put out a ton of more videos than I have. And because that was me, like not so long ago, comparing myself to content creators that weren't even in the same game. But you can't help doing that.
Okay, good. How did your profile pic come about to like turn the subject to something else? Because we've been talking very meta here. How did you get your profile picture?
That picture is actually my little brother made it on, I believe, I don't know if the software is called Pixel Art or Pixlr. I'm not sure which one it is, but he made it for me. Right? Yeah, he made it for me, and so in the beginning I just set it there and never touched it again. I never thought about uploading an original image because the name GoodKnightNintendo was pretty abstract to begin with, so I didn't want to take it literal and put the Nintendo logo with.
GoodKnightNintendo abstract. I mean DeepDockProletarian or MythReel. Yeah, that's okay, a whole different kind of stuff, dude.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should have googled an image for that. But so that's how that came to be. It's funny you bring that up because I was talking to Gothier a few live streams ago. He asked me that, or he mentioned it. He asked me, I forgot exactly how it came up, but he said, "Hey, you changed your profile picture," and I go, "Yeah, it's my way of celebrating 1,000 subscribers."
Aw, well done, comrade. Well done.
Right when Silksong comes out, when Silksong comes out, I'm just gonna put like, I don't know, like a little happy emoji.
Maybe do Hornet in pixel art. That would be cool.
Right? Yeah, that would actually be sick.
What was I going to say? Well, good. We've reached kind of the closing segments of this video, but now starts the segment that you people I have no name for, and which isn't really official, but now is the time for you to ask any questions to us, me, and the spirit of MythReel floating around.
Soul.
The soul. The resting grounds of MythReel.
Or lack thereof.
The little empty chair beside me. Yeah, you can ask us some stuff if you want to get something for chess.
What was it about? Why out of all the games that you've played, did you decide to pick up or create content around Hollow Knight or Silksong?
Now that is an excellent question. Haha. That's actually, I mean, it had to do with like two things. One, that I liked the game like most people, and spent a lot of hours into it, or put a lot of like stuff into it. I remember that like when I played it for the first time, I used like a GameStop guide or something, and I was done in like, I don't know, 3 times playing it or something, or 4 times, like, I don't know. I don't know how many hours it were, but I definitely didn't play it for that long. And then I kind of thought like, like I missed quite a lot of shit, and there's probably like more stuff to do. And I found the game fun to play and stuff, and I sort of thought, yeah, okay, it can't be that much more, right? And oh boy, was I wrong. It was so much more than I expected it to be, and I was like, oh fuck no, there's more areas, there's more like enemies, characters, oh god, no. And then I was like brought on this whole adventure with like this character, and I don't know, fell in love with it. The other thing was marketing genius, because I noticed Hollow Knight, for all of its praise, for all of its love tended to it, for all of its like big community and support and sales, is still, or was still, kind of a smaller game. Sure, maybe MadPat did a video on it. Sure, maybe like some other YouTubers did, like I think Indie Mouse or something did a video on it. Sure, maybe even Oni Plays played it. Sure, now Game Grumps played it like a few weeks ago. They did their first episode, or like a week ago.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. But for me, it was an untapped gold mine, because I thought, hey, like the sequel's coming out, like nobody's like, I don't know, I've seen like 2 Mossbag videos, because like at that time I only was subscribed to like Mossbag and I think maybe Rusty, and also really, I don't know, I don't remember really, I don't know if I was subscribed to him, but I definitely remember like I only watched like Mossbag content of it, and I was like, well, Mossbag didn't do too much. Mossbag only did like 2 videos, which in retrospective was a wise decision for him to do. Like he's like a YouTuber that like wants to do a video like as you seem to do, like one that's well researched and stuff, and that's like of a certain quality and stuff, and so he takes his time. And for me it was like, That's fucking lame. I just want like a Mossback video like every second day, fucking lazy bastard. And I was like, how can I fill that void? I know, just do a content creating shit like myself. And I was like, yeah, that's brilliant. And so I started going like into the community and stuff. Like I went to the Amino, which I'm not in anymore, but like I was in it. And I went to the Discord, and I did my first DeepDock video, which retrospective, never fucking would advise anyone to watch that. And then I remember that like somebody posted into the main Hallownest Discord and was like so proud, and everyone was like, what, huh? Like they were just like so confused because like pre-release speculation, pre-lore speculation, so weird. And I was just like, yeah, that's mine. Fantastic. I finally made it. And then like it got enough attention. Like I think it got like, for me at the time it was like, I don't know, 300, 400 views, and I was like, oh my fucking lord, amazing. And I since then I just did more content, so that was basically it.
Honestly, I think I know that every time that you ask someone how they got inspired to create a channel, we all go into these elaborate stories. Honestly, I think that's how it all fucking started. We just thought, hey, this content creator is making awesome videos, but they don't make them every fucking weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
I got this.
Don't worry, guys. I've got it.
For some reason, that just makes us think we can edit videos.
Yeah, like in retrospective, I said that like 5 times now, but like looking back, I kind of like looked at Mossback's channel. I was like, that's probably not too hard. Like he's got like what, like 110,000 subscribers, like compared to the like 60 million channels I'm subscribed to, and that's not too big. Like what he can do, I can probably do. And then I fucking started editing, and I was like, oh no, this is not how. No, this is not easy. And then yeah, well, here I am.
Right.
But I mean, I guess over time you kind of learn how to do it. Like as soon as you do like, I don't know, 10 videos or something of like a certain type of content, you kind of get like the hang of it a bit. I think that's just common. I mean that's basically the whole stuff of like, you learn, you know, you learn how to do stuff the more you do it. So
it's funny because the more I'm sitting here thinking, you know, it's supposed to get easier, and it does. It gets easier to put them together, but you know, as you progress, you want, well, at least me, like I want there to be a progression of quality. So it seems like in my mind I'm thinking, why aren't I able to make a video at least once a month by now? And then I look at the length of my last video and I go, oh, that's fucking why.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Actually, I was remembering a question that I don't know if CC asked you or you asked CC. It related to, you know, what do you see moving forward? What do you see yourself like putting into your channel? Like, what do you think you'll still do? Like, will it be like Hollow Knight, you know, until the end of the stasis that the Pale King put everybody in, or will it be? Do you see? I know that you recently uploaded a video relating Silksong to a story, or I'm not sure. I don't remember what it was.
The Tale of the Rider on the White Horse. I must confess that one was like, I would say like sure it was like only like what, like 2 videos ago, but like from all of the videos that I've done so far, this is probably one of my proudest videos I've done, but only for the fact that I just love the like tale itself so much. It got it was okay like at the box office, I would say. It did like 900 views, I think 920 something like that, something around 900 views, which is okay. Like compared to other Silksong videos, it's like kind of in the middle, like in the kind of maybe minor stuff, but like from like what my pure like enjoyment out of it, oh boy, yeah, that was probably the best video I was making at the moment. Yeah, but like regarding the question what I'm going to do, I have no fucking clue. I just hang myself like from like vine, like imagine like me being in the jungle and I'm just like hanging from vine to vine. I don't know which vine comes next. I don't have a plan which way to go. I'm just like kind of swinging like each week, like this week I'm going to do that one, This week I'm going to maybe do that one. Maybe I'm going to wait like a few more days. Maybe I don't know. I plan to do the live from the abyss. We have a few episodes like still doing have to do, so that Belly is still coming on. I wanted to do one with Porksworth or maybe even Odimi Fav. I wanted to do one with Rusty, which is in development. So I still have a few episodes of that which I can like upload like every week or something when I don't have like a normal video planned. But for like regular episodes, I don't know, I might have to branch off into something else, maybe talk about, I don't know, books, or I don't know, some other games, maybe do a let's play of some other games. Like I won't do streams anymore. I've had 3 experiences with streams and they've all been horrible, but not because like the game I played was horrible, because my like commentary was complete dog shit, but just because my streaming equipment was complete donk. Like the stream cut in half because my fucking stream stopped working, or the quality was fucking bollocks, and I'm not doing streaming anymore. You can go to best advice I can give you there is just go to Taco TV or something and watch the streams there. He streams like every fucking day and stuff. Like that's a quality I can't match. He's got enough equipment, enough stuff to do. Best go there for like your streams and stuff. And just I'm more of a kind of recorded episode kind of guy.
Same here. Right now, with my current, I just have a laptop, with the with its current. Yeah, exactly. I amaze myself sometimes, with when videos don't take a week to export, but that's actually something that I've been building up towards now for a while. Is actually building a computer myself. And hopefully getting enough knowledge to actually know what the hell I'm building, but that's
yeah,
right. When Silksong releases. And yeah, YouTube, sorry guys, you'll be waiting for a while. but that's the goal right now, is to actually manufacture something decent so I can actually make videos faster, because that's definitely one of the halts in the process, is when I'm just trying to watch the 2 seconds of video that I just edited and it just lags. But
I get that, yeah.
All in all, I'm happy with the results.
Also, thanks, you just gave me a brilliant video idea. Yeah, that's another exotic video which I can put in my kind of folder. I won't spoil it now, but it'll be interesting. Okay, if I plan to make it, that's good. Yeah. Do you have any other questions or?
Let's see. No, not really. Everybody's dropping off now. No, not really.
Oh, it's no problem. I'm gonna edit that one out anyway. So, good. That was a fun little tidbit. Do you have anything you want to say, like as your like kind of last catchphrase or something? I don't know what kind of catchphrases you have.
Hugs, not void.
Okay, we went with that one again. Okay. I will contact the Reddit editors that I specifically advise you to go to the intellectual part
what better means?
Yeah. Oh no, it's no problem. Whatever. It's still probably topical. Whatever. I mean, regarding like how much we can still talk about Silksong, people are eventually going to go back to these kind of topics, so it's inevitable.
Right. Especially like you mentioned, or you asked me earlier, how I came up with ideas, and I mentioned Reddit. It's funny. It's funny because I used to post my videos to the Hollow Knight meme Reddit, and
the meme Reddit, okay.
And right, as well as the Hollow Knight Reddit, but everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people would get mad that I would post in the meme Reddit,
it's
which makes sense.
Meme. Get
right.
off.
And the mods there are great. They would share my videos on Twitter and everything. So I have nothing but nice things to say about them. But I kind of stopped posting on the Reddit for that reason.
I had like same experience with like the main Reddit, because I used to post like 2 times, like the video 2 times like a week or something, and they would just like kind of maybe start reposting or something, or maybe do it like less often. And I was like, yeah, okay, I guess that's fair. And so I just like, as soon as I have like a new upload, I upload it once, and then I just forget about Reddit for like until the next upload. So I'm not that active on it. I don't know, how active are you on other social media platforms?
No, not a whole lot really. I should be. I should really be plugging as much as I can into the videos and the descriptions, but I just don't for some reason. I share memes every now and again.
You have a Twitter, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay, then I can link at least that one in the description, of course, with the channel and stuff. So just check that one out if you guys who are still listening, like the 2 people of you who are still here. If you're interested in that one, you can check that one out.
Yeah,
Good.
the bots listening can check it out.
Good. Thanks for coming. Imagine like me, I don't know, giving you, I don't know, a box of chocolate or whatever you like, or I don't know, cheesecake, something.
Aw, you didn't have to. How did you know?
It's no problem. It's self-made. To be 15.
Oh.
And well, speak to you guys soon. Check out Good Night Nintendo's channel. Again, thanks for coming, and I wish you all a good night. You catchphrase. Catchphrase, good. Catchphrase.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, Nintendo.